Hi, I'm Briana Hetherington.
I'm Jen Hatcher. And I'm Kat Gottlieb.
Welcome to the Conscious Creator Community Podcast. We are over the moon excited to share our wisdom, experiences, and valuable insights to becoming the best version of yourself.
Oh, beautiful souls, and welcome to the Conscious Creator Community. Today, we are going to talk about 6 powerful signs that you are ready to level up your life. So buckle in, get ready. This is going to be a super dynamic episode that we can't wait to share with you. Are you feeling stuck lately? It's not a setback, it's a set up for the next level. In this episode, again, we're breaking down 6 powerful signs that you are ready to level up your life. And we're going to help you figure out exactly how to get from stuck to unstoppable. If you're feeling restless, disconnected, or just ready for more, this one is for you. Let's go. The incredible Miss Kat Gottlieb and the incredible Miss Briana Hetherington. Okay. And today we are diving into 6 powerful signs that you're ready to level up your life. Plus, we're going to share some personal stories of when we knew it was time to take that leap, even when it felt a little scary. By the end of this episode, you'll have a clear idea where you are and how to move forward. Let's start with some truth. Growth doesn't feel good at first. Psychologists call this disruption of homeostasis. Basically, your brain is wired to keep you comfortable and keep you safe, not to push you towards growth. Because comfort equals survival to your brain. Once upon a time, we've talked about this before. If you left the cave, that means you got eaten or killed or something terrible and horrible. So comfort equals survival in your brain. So even when you're unhappy for your brain state, it's trying to say, yeah, you're alive, so let's just stay here and let's not move. As my co-host would say, your soul may be over here like, wait, me, excuse me. We have dreams to live. And research shows that change triggers the same part of your brain that lights up during physical danger. That's why new opportunities sometimes feel really terrifying, even when they're good things. Before I go any further, do either of you have anything you want to add on those terrifying things that are opportunities, even when they're good things? Or should we keep cruising?
I think we can keep cruising.
Let's keep cruising. Okay, so I have a short personal one. There were times, more than once in my life, to be really candid, that I almost didn't take a dream job because I was scared of what that change meant. And my brain was like, but you know this company and you know this role and you're not happy, but you know what your expectations are. And thank goodness I took the leap because it equated me doing something way bigger and better. So discomfort is really the price of admission to get to your next level. And that stuck feeling isn't a stop sign, it's a signal. So let's dive into some of those 6 ways you might be getting tapped on the shoulder to level up. We're going to get into those signs, and you might be shocked at how many of these you are already experiencing. All right, we are back and we are diving into the 6 signs that you are ready to level up your life and what each one is trying to tell you. You've heard a lot of me. I'm passing it on to my amazing co-host today. Kat, you are up with sign number 1.
Ooh, I get the first one? Okay. Sign number 1. You're starting to feel restless or bored. Now, the idea is, things that used to excite you, that made you feel fulfilled, are starting to kind of feel stale, kind of that meh in life. It often happens when you're, like mid-30s, after you're starting to figure your life out. And it's like, they used to call it a midlife crisis. And some of that is this idea of you've done all the challenges that you thought was going to be enough. Then you realize you were made for so much more. And it can be really confusing the first time it happens to you when your inner world is evolving, but your outer world hasn't caught up yet. And it's kind of, I think a way to express it is like the itchy sweater feelings. Like, I should be fine. Like, why am I uncomfortable with my life, right? That is a perfect time to start to really examine what it could be that is creating this discomfort within you. And very often it just means your soul is saying, come on, you were made for more. Let's keep on growing and keep on going. So that's sign number one.
I love it. Sign number 2, repeating patterns keep showing up. So, have you ever had it where it's same problems on a different day? Yes, I'm answering for you because it's happened to all of us, right? So when this happens, it's as life is serving you up the same lesson over and over and over again until you catch on to it and you're ready to level up to the next lesson. So there are so many different examples of this, but like chronic lateness is a really easy one. I'm trying to get out the door. I spilled coffee on myself. Now I'm going to be late today. Now the next day comes and I'm out the door on time. This is amazing. Oh no, I don't have gas. Now I have to go to the gas station and get gas. I'm going to be late today. I mean, again, it may show up in different ways, but it's the same lesson over and over. I think another really big one that people experience, myself included, is that you keep dating the same type of person. And so the challenges you had in your last relationship, guess what? You are experiencing some of those same things in your current relationship. Or you change roles, you change companies, but you're battling the same challenges and problems at work. That's not bad luck. So many times people are like, I have the worst luck. It's not bad luck. It's a big flashing neon sign. You're getting the same lessons. It's time to upgrade your patterns. On to you, Brie. Sign number 3.
Sign number 3, you're craving more purpose and impact. You don't just want success anymore, you want significance. You want your life to mean something. I used to think it was just burnout, but it was me realizing I want my work to matter. If you're feeling deep craving for more purpose or impact, it's not random. It's a soul level signal that you're ready to expand your life beyond measure. At some point, achieving goals, earning promotions, or checking boxes stops feeling fulfilling. You wake up one day and realize, I don't just want success anymore. I want significance. You want to matter. You want your work, your energy, your life to create ripples beyond you. So how? You activate your purpose by committing to a noble cause that's bigger than any of your own personal achievements. It's about asking yourself the right questions. How can I be of service? Whose life can I make better through my existence? What contribution can I make that aligns with my gifts? Purpose is alignment in action. You move from success for yourself to success through yourself for others. Neuroscience backs this up. Studies show that when people link their daily actions to a greater cause than themselves, their brains release more dopamine, motivation, serotonin, happiness, and oxytocin. Connection. In fact, employees who believe their work has meaning show 64% increase in fulfillment and are 2 to 3 times more likely to stay engaged. Here's a simple first step. Ask yourself and write it down. What noble cause would I proudly dedicate my life to? Whether I got an applause or I didn't get an applause. So when you can answer that, you've found your foundation for purposeful living. Ask yourself, you have to purposely work on purpose, meaning you don't wait for alignment to magically strike, you build it into how you show up every single day. Every conversation, every decision, every project, every relationship. And here's the second layer. Habit on purpose. Make this your system. Do everything with intention and on purpose. Purpose isn't something you wait for. It's something you work for purposely. And it's something you habit into your reality. Purposeful work on purpose. Habits on purpose. And watch your life elevate.
Sign number 4. This one probably is a big one for women because it is you're feeling disconnected from old circles. Females, we are so relationship oriented. So this could mean your friend group. It could mean your inner circle, family group. It could feel like your community. There are times when you just start to feel like maybe I no longer fit within this group. And I can personally relate to this where for me, there was this struggle that a loyalty, like, oh, I've been friends or I've been part of this community for so long. And this goes back to, like Jen was talking about, the cave eras. When you start to feel like you no longer fit with the tribe, it was a very scary thing because that meant you got kicked out of the cave, which means then you're on your own and some saber-toothed tiger was going to make you lunch. So we have this inherent fear of disconnecting from our tribes. It can be a struggle when you're like, I am just not getting anything from this group, but I have to stay because they're my people. It's not an easy time, but there are ways around that you can try to incorporate into your life. So if you're not willing to exit whatever tribe you're feeling discontented with, one thing you can always do is get in the habit of expanding your circles. So finding, and it's the one thing about the internet that has made this so amazing is there's so many opportunities to find different tribes all over the world. Your tribe doesn't have to be where you live. You can find specialized groups to get involved with. You can find there's so many different like specialized interest hobbies that you can get involved with. And a lot of us can say, well, no, I'm shy. I don't know how to reach out. That makes me scared. But just getting into the habit and the personal development of putting yourself out there and introducing yourself to new people. You have to remember, we all have that fear. You know, what I've heard said is confidence feels like fear when you're learning how to do it. Right. So if you understand, it's quite natural if you're trying to expand your circles, extend yourself into different groups or introduce yourself to some people that seem really interesting. It's uncomfortable at first, right? But that's that whole leveling up that we keep talking about, that the more you do it, the easier it gets. And I know people who seem very extroverted, but if you really talk to them, it is actually a habit that they learn to incorporate into their lives so that it just becomes something. Like one person in particular has said to me is he never wants to get back in the rut of feeling like he couldn't go talk to people. So it's an intentional act that he does when he's in a social setting to go and introduce himself to every single group of people. And it's not that it's easy or it comes natural. It's an intentional act that this particular person does. But I would recommend that to anybody. If you're feeling disconnected with your circles, but you're not yet ready to give up that tribe, just keep expanding your circle into different areas.
100%. Does include family members, by the way. You can expand your
That's
tribe.
tricky. I was trying to avoid that.
On podcast, quite honestly, but it's worth
Yes.
mentioning. You can extend
Yes.
your tribe beyond your family, and when your family doesn't feel comfortable, if that happens to you, you may feel it very, very viscerally to a point where you can't ignore it any longer. Back to those lessons. So now that I've pirated Kat's number 4, let me dive into 5, which is unexpected opportunities are appearing and keep showing up. So doors you weren't even knocking on are opening, and people are coming to you with ideas that are likely magnificent, but you never were, like, you didn't have your eye on it. You weren't thinking about it, but there it is. This is not random. It's alignment. And we talk a lot on this podcast about alignment. In this instance, when those unexpected opportunities are showing up, it's really your life saying, you're ready. Take it, do it, go. And when you start living bigger, bigger opportunities find you. So the more you open up, that alignment will come, and the bigger, unexpected opportunities will come your way.
All right, sign number 6. You're feeling both excited and terrified. Feeling both excited and terrified at the same time. Is anybody else familiar with this roller coaster? Well, a truth bomb is if you're not at least a little bit scared, your next step is probably too small. Because the brain is wired to protect us, not to propel us. When we look at neuroscience, stepping into the unknown activates the amygdala, the fear center of the brain. Get this, the same region also activates when you're thrilled, inspired, and falling in love. Fear and excitement are chemically almost identical in the body. The only difference, the story you attach to the sensation. So how this personally has really influenced me is 2 key areas. I use affirmations and mantras to shift my brain's interpretation of fear into a green light instead of a stop sign. Here are a few examples how I come back over and over and repeat this in my head. I am safe to grow beyond my comfort zone. I trust the unknown because it's where my greatest expansion lives. Nerves mean I'm stepping into a bigger life. Fear is not a stop sign. It's a spotlight on my next level. I was made for this. Overcoming imposter syndrome, when that inner voice of doubt creeps in, who am I to do this? Well, I flip it to, who am I not to do this? The American Psychology Association found that 70% of people experience imposter syndrome at some point. Yes, even CEOs, entrepreneurs, authors, athletes. So if you're feeling that blend of fear and excitement, guess what? You're not broken. You're becoming. So if you're feeling that crazy mix of nerves and excitement, pause. Put your hand on your heart. Take a deep breath through the nose and affirm, this is not fear, this is my future calling. Then take the next brave, tiny step forward. One action, one yes, one leap closer to the life you're meant to live. So if you're craving more purpose and you're feeling more excited and terrified, you're not stuck. You're being invited to level up. You are right where you are supposed to be. The real question is, will you answer the call? Sign number 6, ladies, you're feeling both excited and terrified.
Yes. Okay, I'm going to recap all of the signs. And then as I'm recapping them, I want you to mentally think about how many are you really feeling right now, if you're being honest with yourself. And for the record, we should always be fully honest with ourselves. So sign number 1, you're feeling restless or bored. Sign number 2, you're repeating patterns keep showing up. Sign number 3, You're craving more purpose or impact. Sign number 4, you're feeling disconnected from old circles. Sign number 5, unexpected opportunities are knocking at your door. Sign number 6, you're feeling both excited and terrified. We're going to tell you exactly how to respond when you know it's time to level up. Okay, friends, so you're seeing the signs, you've identified which ones that you connect with. Now what? We're going to give you some simple 3-step action plans to start moving towards your next level. And I'm going to roll these at you pretty quick, so my amazing co-host, by all means, jump in whenever you want. Step number 1 is name it. We've talked about naming it before with emotions. Name it works here too. You have to acknowledge the stuckness. Name it, and then name what you are craving instead. So an example may be, I'm ready for more purpose in my work. I'm ready for a relationship where I feel appreciated. I'm ready for whatever it is. You need to name it, both what it is and what you want as a desirable outcome. We're going to name it. Now, step number 2, we're going to take a micro move. We also talk about micro actions a lot. So you're going to take one action that aligns with your next level. Again, you can't boil the ocean. You can't move a mountain in one fall swoop. You got to start a little bit at a time. It's one pebble. So maybe you send that email to somebody who you want to network with or who's in the group that you want to work with if we're talking about work. If we're using the example that Kat had, maybe you go on to Meetup, I think that's still around, or another existing site, and you find some meet that's happening in your area you would want to be part of. I think Facebook events is another great one, right? There's events everywhere. You can even Google it. It's happening this weekend in my local area, and you will get an entire list of things that are happening in your area. So take up one teeny step, find an event, send the email, find a new class, update your resume, update your dating profile, whatever it may be. Those teeny actions build momentum. Momentum builds excitement, and you can grow on that every single day. This isn't about changing your life overnight. And step number 3, this is the one that I would say may be hardest for some people, and it's also the most important one to do. You need to normalize discomfort. Yes, I said that. Let me say it again. You need to get comfortable with being uncomfortable, because the reality is change is uncomfortable to our brain, and change is what brings new positive things. So you need to normalize discomfort, and you need to remind yourself what Bree had just shared with us. Fear and excitement trigger the same in the body. They feel the same. And so you need to learn what feels like a green light or serves as a green light. And if it doesn't feel like that to begin with, bring it back, flip the script, and now make it tell you it's a green light. Discomfort isn't a reason to stop. It's proof that you are moving towards growth. So let's recap. You're feeling restless. You're seeing those patterns. You want more impact. You're drifting from old circles. You're noticing new opportunities. You're feeling scared, and you should be, but you're also feeling really excited. Not stuck. You're leveling up, and you're closer than you think. You just have to trust the process. Our challenge for you this week is really, really simple. It's to pick one tiny move towards your next level. And we want to know what it is. So please, please comment in wherever you're viewing this and tell us what that tiny step is. We want to know We want to grow with you and hear all of the exciting things happening. Your next chapter is waiting, and it's going to be your best one yet. So we can't wait to hear how you are leveraging these 6 signs to level up your life. Until next time, friends, make it count. Have a good one.